Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is the Big Girl Diary. The premier, the pre, the judge on the Marilyn Manson motion for the discovery, limited discovery, was fire and ice. Fire and ice, as you see on the thumbnail. Fire and ice. Now, I have to say, I was disappointed. I was disappointed that he didn't get more of his cause actions. Hey, Jessica, his cause of actions, because in in what she was saying was that Ilma Gore saying the things that she said did not rise to the level of defamation. Now, as far as the letter, hey, how you doing, Misery Machine? Yeah, as for the letter, the judge said that she denies it. But interestingly enough, even though she denied it, she allowed it in my opinion, in a back alleyway, on the back end, due to her mental state. So if she is writing these letters, and remember, I'm not a lawyer. I had $2.50, now I have $7.50 of law knowledge. Um, so let me see what's so through the back end of it to let a lot of that in due to her mental state. So if she's writing this letter and then using this letter in a court case for her son, and she submitted that fake letter. So that in it right there, I believe is what saved her from not getting it in, but I guess in a back a roundabout way, which I hope one of them messes up and brings it in, like Amber Heard talking about Kate Moss. Kate Moss had nothing to do with the case, but I'm pretty sure that these ladies will find ways to mess everything up. So, based on what the judge said, is that right there. And that was huge. It was huge because it's really strange because she's saying that we're not going to let this and we're not going to let this in. But on page 4, it listed all those things. So you see what I'm talking about. She said no, but kind of like wink, 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 wink. Yeah. So what do you think from the premiere? What are your thoughts? Oh, I forgot to put the banners. I keep on forgetting the banners. Okay. Does a partial win on this motion put Marilyn Manson in a better legal position? What are your thoughts on that? If you want to call in, please do so. Please do so. I know I'm just coming right out with the fire. Call in or come up, StreamYard, or if you want to call in, please call in and let us know what you think about this. Because I'm happy. I'm just like, okay, we got something, we got a big one. Her mental state. I could only imagine that they're going to bring in some kind of psychologist or someone to evaluate her mental state of mind. Okay, you see, I'm not sure how she thinks she can say she didn't know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because remember, Marilyn Manson got those 5 depositions in, and Evan Rachel Wood's lawyers were not happy at all. She was PO'd. Did all of that before September 13th. He was on the ball. So, what say you? What do you think? Do you think Marilyn Manson has a good legal standing on this? You can call in, you can come up. The StreamYard is right there. I'm excited. Oh, it's going to be a jury trial that has been approved. And I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. And I have my cafe au lait. So, so what do you think? Is Marilyn Manson in a better legal position as far as what the judge allowed? Because he's going to have that limited discovery. That right there is in the limited discovery. Let me see. I really think and hope that the cake, the cake walk with her. Yeah, I hope it is. I hope it is because she has done so much. She has done. Oh, just imagine. Just okay. Imagine this. Imagine this. Imagine you're dating someone for a period of time, right? And for some reason, you love this person, but you just can't seem to get past certain things that their something within their behavior that you just want them to stop doing. I'm not sure what Evan Rachel Wood is doing. I don't know, but back to and you try to work with this person, and they're in part working with you because you're no walk in the park. So you get to the point to where you're like, okay, I can't take this anymore. This is too much. You're eating away at my soul. So the two of them break up. Your ex goes on and she finds a woman that she loves and she's with. You go back with your ex that you were dating back like 10 years ago. Lindsay comes back, or that your ex comes back into your life, and then you make a go of it. And it's like, okay, we're in a good place. I can marry this person. Let me engage. Let me give her an engagement ring. You give her an engagement ring. Next thing you know, your ex, the one that you proposed to twice, decides, what? You give her an engagement ring? And you got a wedding date? I didn't even get a wedding date. I didn't get two wedding dates. I got nothing but, would you marry me? And all of this. And then you marry that woman? Oh, it's on. Anything you do, I'm going to destroy. Does that seem like what Evan did in that scenario? You think Evan did that when it came to that letter? I'm in a police and criminal investigation, and my son and I are in danger. And anyone around who knows Marilyn Manson, yeah, you're in trouble. You better be careful. And then submit it to a court hearing with your ex-husband. Is that possible? Do you think that that's what she did? All of this is vengeance? Now she's gonna have a heck of a time proving this. Let me see, is my phone on? She's gonna have a heck of a time proving this. But I think um excuse me, there are so many motivations for this. And just look at how many look how many interviews, how many movies she has been in since the allegations. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, you bring a valid point, Misery. You got that right. Yeah. She has been in more movies. She has been on a lot of talk shows talking about her being raped and um S abused and DV'd and all this other stuff. You are absolutely. I didn't even think about that. You're right, and it seems like that people always want to help the underdog, in which they should. But the underdog should not be an underdog based on an untruth. That's good. That is good. That is most definitely good. That is so true. So if you want to call in, please call up. If you want to come up on video, please come up on video. So Marilyn Manson, you think he's on a better legal standing? Now here's my next question. Here's my next question, because I was thinking about this. Does this partial loss weaken Marilyn Manson's legal position? Do you think it weakens it? Let me see. Misery says without him, she's only she only got Westworld. Oh wow. That right. You know something? There's a lot of truth to that. Even though she's been an actress for a long time and she's a talented singer. An actress, a talented singer, but yeah. It's like Amber Heard. She had some small films, but when she got with Johnny Depp, all of a sudden, Aquaman that Johnny Depp helped her get. Let me see. Jessica says it should be a downhill battle for him with the lack of evidence and fake faith letter, etc. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Now I was looking at some of the women that accused him, and I'm just thinking, let me see, Jenna Jameson. Jameson, she's a corn star. She said she had relations with him, and she said he was saying some wild stuff to her. I'm like, not that she's a corn star, but when she's filming, they say wild stuff to her. Fake FBI, yeah, fake FBI. Now, Marilyn Manson already has that deposition showing that that was disproven. So that was fake. So I mean, I get why the judge said that, left that part out. It's like the way I see it, it's like a half piece of paper. Yes, but this part is out. I'm sorry, I'm over here using AIDS. It is a fake FBI letter. And Brighton, oh, Brighton is gonna, they're gonna have a hard time saying that Brighton. Oh man, I did a video saying that Brighton Gore is Ilma and Evan Rachel Wood's antidote. Oh, Brighton is gonna be fire. Oh my goodness. Because she was there for the letter when she was when Ilma was um making it. She was listening to the conversation, back and forth, sending those emails, and she has the iPad. That's going to be interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. So, but does this weaken his position by him having partial of his of his motion granted? What do you think? I should put more hazelnut in that. Yeah, I hope it's a live stream too, with all the wild cards already played. Yeah. I have to say, there's a little. Nah, I have my windows open. Um, the wild cards were played, but they have a lot what they held back. I believe they only showed us a smidget of their strategy. Misery says, I think it depends on whether they win the anti-slap or not. Now that is a good point because Ilma Gore's anti-slap. What is it? Saturday? I think it's supposed to be Saturday. I don't know if they hold court on Saturday. If you're a criminal, then yeah, they're gonna hold court. Yeah, me too, Jessica. My favorite is hazelnut too. Yeah, but I can't wait to see uh those results on those motions as far as what the lawyer or the judge allows in. I mean, allows them to strike. And it's going to be hard just looking at how crazy it is. Jessica says, I don't think Evan has any evidence at all. She has her film. I got my documentary. I documented it. I documented it. I document everything. It's all on there. And then you could also buy it too or streamline it for, I don't know, $1.50. Let me stop that. That's terrible. Forgive me. Um, Jessica also says no court on weekends, I believe. Yeah, yeah, you're right. But only if you're a criminal, I believe. I believe. Or maybe they hold you from Friday until Monday, and then you're running to work being late, wearing what you wore on Monday or Friday. Now, if I think, and this is just me, and I very well could be wrong. Jessica, you're funny. Um, I very well could be wrong, but on one hand, there's strength, but on the other hand, there's some weaknesses. Now they're focusing on Evan Rachel Wood's mental state, which can open doors to a whole lot of things, in my opinion. I'm no legal expert. I have no degree. I'm just telling you what I think because I have $7.50 of legal knowledge. I personally believe that I think that there's going. I I just don't believe he did it. I just don't. But let me get to my next question, and then I'll go back to that. My next question is: does the judge motion conclusion? I just should have said motion to the conclusion, which focuses on what focuses on Evan Rachel Wood's mental state will benefit Marilyn Manson. What say you? What do you think? Do you think that the judge focusing on Evan Rachel Wood's mental state, does that benefit Marilyn Manson? This is what I think. I think that it does. It does. On one hand, and on the other hand, it kind of hurts him because if you've been with Evan Rachel Wood all this time, he knows that she has something lacking up here, and that whatever behavior she exhibits, that you just chalk it off on, okay, that's just her acting out and this, that, and the other. So, when you have a mental illness, you have like some serious leniencies due to your understanding. Do you understand what you did was wrong? Do you understand? Now, as far as that, however, having a Jessica says, I think Evan is going to look like a clown when all of this comes out, and if her sight comes back any negative way, which it will, I think it would help him, and it would show her. It would show she is unstable. Yeah, yeah, as it did um, with Amber Heard. Ooh, unstable as all outdoors. Just as, and I'm not trying to divert different cases, but it does lean in. Um, Somewhere in the motions, they called in a psychologist and said, okay, evaluate her and evaluate him. And she was, so I could only imagine by the judge saying, okay, I'm going to let this in, and then we're going to focus on her mental state, and I can't remember two other things. A psychologist, I believe a psychologist or a psychiatrist is coming in to evaluate her, possibly him. I'm not sure, but I don't see why they would evaluate him. Now, back to what I was saying previously is that there are women coming out saying that they had experiences with Marilyn Manson, and it was always, from what I saw, it was in um, a mix, change the M to an S, um, encounter. So if you're dealing with somebody on a mix encounter, and then you come and say, "Hey, this happened to me," years later, that you were so offended, like what's her name? Smithline. She had a mixed relationship with Marilyn Manson, whether it was a counter, a couple of encounters, or whether it was for a year. And she says, I have nightmares, I have all these issues going on. But the funny thing about this is she has not once gone to the police and say this man, what he did to me was criminal. He criminally violated me, and I want this man to be put behind bars or to made to get help or something, and he's a danger to other women. That wasn't done. She in turn says, "Oh no, how you doing, Umbrella Archives?" Um, she's like, "No, no, no, no. I am going to expose you, and I want money from you. I want money from you because you did this. But what you did, it was criminal, but I'm not focusing on the criminality of it. No, 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 no. I'm focusing on the money. That is I have a huge problem with. Okay, because because what if he did was so bad and you weren't down with it, why would you let other women fall victim and never said a word? I'm just saying. Okay, Umbrella Archive says, I think the less stable she seems, that will translate into her being deemed less victim. And I think people would be more forgiving I'm sorry, towards her than lenient. Okay, all right. Huh. Yeah, that, wow, that's a good point. That's a good point. Let me see. Misery also says, yes, I think that's why it sucks. They don't allow Manson's side to depose her. Well, okay. We have to wait until she does hers so that the judge can pick and choose whether if they're going to allow them to strike whatever down that he's saying. So let's hold on that. Um, if she could show how unstable she is prior to the anti-slap, that excuse me, would help Manson's side to win the anti-slap. Yeah, you got a good point there. You do. Now, where does Ilma Gore fit in all this? Because, I meant to talk on it. I have to do that on another video. Ilma Gore, she's going to walk out of here smelling like a rose, okay? Someone said something a couple of live streams ago, and I'm thinking, no, I don't see it. I don't see it. I think Ilma is not the perpetrator of all this. She didn't stir all this up. But I think that was Nicole. I think that was Nicole. I think she said that. I'm not sure. But when she leaves Marilyn Manson, she gets with Ilma Gore and they have a relationship. And then next thing you know, the Phoenix Rise Act happens. She has the video or her documentary. Then she has this nonprofit and she has several hats. She's a CEO, CFO, and the secretary of this act. She wears so many hats. And the nonprofit fights against what the stopping domestic violence. So that is what it gears towards, and to help other women and to stop it, but also gain legislation. Now, here's the issue: there's already a lot of legislation out there. Why not look at enacting some of the legislations that's not being enacted? That makes sense to me. But do you think, I think Ilma Gore is going to be smelling like a rose out of all of this, and I'll tell you why. Because the judge said something rather interesting. The judge was like, Ilma wasn't there for their relationship. Whatever happened, happened. Ilma was told all of these things, and she's only repeating what she was told. So she's parroting it. Here is where Evan is going to have a huge problem. It's going to roll off of Ilma and hit Evan because it came from her. I very well could be wrong. Does anyone want to call up and give your thoughts? You want to call up? The number's there. If you want to come up on video, you don't have to show your face. Um, you can. If you want to come up. Now, overall, what do you think from the premiere? Do you think on the judge side, on the side of the judge, by being impartial, only looking at the facts? Do you think she did a good job, or do you? And let's put away our bias, because we have to put away, because it was hard for me to put away our bias that um and just look strictly at the facts. If you didn't know these people and you were to look at this, how would you how would you evaluate the case? So you want to call up, come up. What say you? Oh, a little side note. Amber Heard and Amber Heard has a new girlfriend. Eve is out. Eve just said, I can't do this, and left. Let me see. Where's that sound at? She just broke camp. She, make sure I get this right. Eve. My goodness, I got these little things up here and I haven't used them. Where is it at? Eve got in her car and she. That was the wrong one. She, wait a minute. She did. Boom, and she ran away. She hauled tail. She left. Okay. Hey, Nicole, how you doing? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Nicole says, wasn't that Nicole that said that Ilma? Just to clarify, yeah, I personally think Evan was to blame for all this. But again, and despite Evan, I'm sorry. Okay, but Nicole, wasn't that you who told who had suggested that Ilma may be the mastermind of all this? Was that you? I'm trying to remember, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. And you're like, she's a grifter, and this, that, and the other. Was that you? I just I hope it's live streamed. I hope it is. I hope it is. I hope it is. Oh, it wasn't you? Oh, I don't know who it was. I don't know why I thought it was you. But I see that when this court case is heard and Marilyn Manson won a jury trial. He won that. They got the court reporter. That was ordered, so everything's falling into place. Misery says, I think this falls ultimately on the back of Evan, but Ilma certainly gave Evan plenty of ideas and is guilty of fabricating evidence as well. Yeah, yeah, most definitely, because her sister Brighton is like, you're not stealing my identity, and you're not putting me in that mess to where I can go to federal jail. Oh no, 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 no. You're over there dealing with some really rich, wealthy people, and you're doing this, man. No, you're on your own. Hey, Marilyn, check this out. This is my sister's here. You don't know me, I don't know you, but this is what they're doing here. We see Jessica says, I think Ilma was just a little minion, her right hand man. Yeah, I do believe that. And the one with um, the stick tells Evan to poke the bear. Uh-huh. Hmm. Yeah, poke the wrong one. Oh no. Okay. Okay. I'm just looking out to make sure that my live stream, my internet's not messing up. That would be awful. Yeah, I mean, I see so many different avenues, but when they bring people in, now, if they bring, and I got a funny feeling that on the defense side that they may be shady enough to call Rose McGowan, call her up as a witness because she sided with me too. She sided against him. That was just horrible. I see them doing it. Misery said, and let's not forget about the guilty, how guilty Ashley Walter. Yep, Ashley Walters is, and she gave Ilma and Evan all Manson's law. Ooh, and impersonate Manson and try to fabricate emails. And we forgot about Ashley. Oh my goodness, Ashley Walters. That you know something? That is terrible. That is so true because she had access. Because now, from my understanding, she had so many different jobs. She was either the photographer, or she was the chef, or she was a personal secretary. Who knows? But then claimed that he mentally abused her. She crashed his car, took it without his knowledge. Crap! I mean, that car looked jacked up. I have to see if I can find it again. I saw it, and then he's probably screaming at her. He emotionally abused me. You physically abused his car. Okay, all right, I'm done with that. But I forgot about Ashley. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Now, Misery says, "Yep," and Esme took his car and wrecked it while they were drunk. Oh my goodness, while they were drunk. It gets worse. My goodness. Mm-mm-mm. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this up. Because he yells at her. Well, I'm going to side with her because he yelled at me, and because he yelled at me, I think I should get some money because he yelled at me. Well, did he ask money for you breaking his car? I'm sorry, I'm starting to get a little irritated with that foolishness. Anyone want to come up? Please call in. Come up. What say you? I gotta say the motion, Marilyn Manson's motion. I gotta say, I think it's more sweet than bitter because just dealing with the mental state, ooh, ooh, that is something. That is really something. All right. But I thought that let me see, did I miss anyone? Now, okay, Jessica, you said something rather interesting. You said that you didn't think Evan had any evidence. All right. Now let's take a look at what evidence does Evan Rachel would have against Marilyn Manson. What is the evidence that that she has outside of her tape? I mean her video, her documentary. Besides her brother putting on Front Street, she can't tell the difference between real and reality. That's a scary part right there. I'm going to do my best to keep this live stream under an hour. I got a lot of things to do today, but I want to make sure that you all had an opportunity to say whatever you want to say. So, what evidence besides the video, her documentary that Evan has? Because you do, Jessica, you do make a great point. Okay, you say, I mean, if the documentary counts, I don't think so. Hey, how you doing, Jib and Jabs? I don't think the documentary counts as evidence, because then you're going to have to be able to question the people. Okay, you have this in the video. Can you account for that? Do you have proof of that? Because she just this and this and this. I mean, you know. Oh, wait a minute. Let me try out this new thing. Let me see. Jibs. I like these things. Oh, I like these things, Jibs. Oh, um, let me see. Where was I? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, Misery says if she had any evidence, she wouldn't put it into the document. Okay, now that right there makes sense. Okay, okay, that makes sense. If she did have evidence, she wouldn't put it in documentaries like some of these stupid knucklehead gangster rappers. They rap about the crimes that they do. They rap about their crimes and then wonder why the DA comes and press charges against them and put them in jail. Now you make a valid point. Okay, that right there, yeah. That, oh yeah, that makes sense. Let me see. Loco says, I think her documentary would be evidence against. Okay, for slander. Okay, yeah, because slander is saying something that is just like so outrageously untrue, and and then it rises to the point to where people lose income, they lose jobs, possibly even a relate. I'm just throwing relationships in there. Okay, that most definitely. Let me see. Jessica agrees. Misery agrees. Jibs and Jab says Evan has a picture of a so-called abuse, but There's a picture of so-called abuse. It's unclear in how it happened. Yeah, yeah. It is unclear because she says this and she says that, but it's nothing. I don't know. I don't know. Misery says, so did Amber, but it came from Pinterest. Yeah, she did fabricate a whole lot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 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 she did. Amber, mm, mm, mm. By them using her own words against her, that was brilliant. No, 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 I didn't mean that. I meant this one. What is it? You said two things. Which one is true? Which is true is what is a lie. That was so great. So, um, so the judge ruled on his motion. So he has the one part she let in, and that is Marilyn Manson's mental state. I mean, I'm sorry, not mental state, not Marilyn. Evan Rachel Wood's mental state. There was two more things. Her mental stability, and there's something else I can't remember. I'm having a moment. I'm having a bit of fogness, and I need more hazelnut in my coffee. I like hazelnut. Misery also said it was. I said Ashley. Okay. Do you think that Ashley Walters played a big role in this? Because I'm really trying to understand her part in this, besides her giving all that information. Um, Jibs and Jab says, don't forget Dan Cleary is an eyewitness to the abuse. He saw Evan Rachel Wood aura changing and getting dark. Huh. I gotta check that out. Dan Cleary. Let me write that down. Oh man. Be something to look into. Hmm. Local says, I have a video for you about Dan Cleary. Now, Dan Cleary, what is he? Is he clairvoyant? Is he one of those types of people? Oh, Robin Flinney, how you doing? Uh, so when is Amber Heard gonna jump into a lawsuit against Manson? That would be interesting, interesting. Uh, I bet she hates him because of that. Yep. Look, look. Amber Heard, her ego is so fragile that she got into a fight with Eve over in Israel because she found out that Eve was a huge fan of Kate Moss, and she just went ballistic. She just started slobber knocking her, not only in a hotel room, but came out into a hallway without her shirt, slobber knocking her in the hallway, to where you had the what is it called? The security breaking it up. And she goes, I'm a paying customer. Let me go back to slobber knocking her. Just wild. Loco says, oh, okay, he's a guitarist. He's a guitarist. Now, is that with Johnny Depp or is that with Marilyn Manson's guitarist? I'm trying to remember. No, I don't remember. Okay. Loco said, did you see that they made a movie about JD? It's already out? Whoa, that was quick. No wonder who's unfortunate enough to play Amber Heard. Mm, it ought to be Kate Moss. Oh my goodness. She she would throw a fit. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's a trailer. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah. She would beat everybody up. She would beat up the producer, the executive, the producer, the person who wrote the script, the mailman. She would go down the street and beat up the mayor. She just would just Kate Moss playing me. No. Oh, okay. Dan Cleary's a disgruntled ex-employee. Yeah, they can really jack you up. I mean, it doesn't matter on what level. You could be down on the regular people's level, and then somebody gets fired. They're like, well, they steal all the pencils. Check their house. They steal them. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay. Oh my God, Kate Moss, you got that right. Jessica playing her. She would. Kate Moss. I think she would say, "No, thank you." I love her accent. Um, Jessica, oh my goodness. She's laughing out loud. It looks worse than a low budget soap opera. You all got jokes. Oh my goodness, you got jokes. You got jokes on top of jokes. I thought I was bad. You all got me beat. That's why I love you all. Let me see what else. Misery said, Misery says, I don't want to think of self-inflicted scratches counts against anyone but her. Oh my goodness. Jessica says, this is why I keep to myself. Oh my, yes. Less people to pee off and to start drama. You got that right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You're so right. Robin says, from what I get from a more of depth side from the case, it could be wrong. Okay. Jip said in Evan Rachel Wood's scrambled head. Oh goodness gracious. Jessica says, let me see. Uh, I like to watch the live action of the trial. Yeah, me too. I can't wait to see it. Just with bad company. I'm sorry, a bad copy from people trying to make a okay, yeah. Oh, Debbie said the JD movie was god awful. It's on Tubi. I gotta check that out. I don't even have that. Misery says, yep, it's pretty much laughing out loud. Okay, Jessica says the character Amber Heard um has tears in her eyes in the trailer and obvious. Remember, Amber can't cry, so they'll have her trying to cry but not cry. I'm so silly. The character Amber Heard. Okay. Okay, it's fiction. So, yeah, Jessica, you got jokes. So, so what say you? Do you see the next motions of Amber? Oh my goodness, Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore. Do you think a lot of their motions to try to get Marilyn Manson's charges, or shall I say allegations that he's trying to sue them on, do you see them getting them striking them down, or do you see it going through? Let me see. Debbie says the JD movie was like a bad 80s TV movie of the week. You know, that is so true. Whenever I look at older movies, Back when I used to watch them, I'm like, "Oh my god, this is the best movie I've ever seen. Oh my goodness, look at this, look at that." And now that it's 2022 to look back, I'm like, "That is some garbage. I can't believe I actually like that." We are more likely to see the unicorn walking than Amber Heard crying. Oh, yep, she can't cry. It's like, you're well, they say in acting that you have to go to a place that makes you very sad to make you cry. Now, does Amber have a sad place? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see if I have um let me see. Amber Heard. I don't see her crying. Nope. I just don't see it. I like these effects. I'm trying to get more. Loco says, well, the anti-slap, if it works, only strikes 2 out of 4 oh, okay. So the hacking is still okay. Okay. That okay, I didn't know that. I learned something new. Okay, still on even if lose on slander, but man, that's slander. The slander. Now the judge, I have to say, she left the malice in there. That right there goes into outside to where the people who are ever judging this can say he gets 50 million, $80 million here just on that, and I'm just making that number up. And out of the malice, he gets a tort, something different of $20 million. So what she did, she caused $100 million worth of damage. I'm just making that up. So that malice is very important. So if she tried to go and file for bankruptcy, you can't because you got that malice there. You can't get rid of that. I learned that from Amber Heard, her and her wild stuff. Okay. Amber never has been sad. Hey, she's causing misery. You can't be sad if you're causing the misery. You got that right. I think it depends on Evan Rachel Wood. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get this. Oh man, I'm messing up. Thank you for becoming a member. And I want to give a. Okay, that came out wrong. Where's the yelling? That still came out wrong. I'm trying to learn these things. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on for a second. Wait a minute. Let me get this right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to learn these things. Thank you for coming a new member. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. All right, thank you. Um, Jibs and Jabs. Let me see for sure. For sure, she will to save herself. Okay. And this case is so messy. Oh my goodness. It just goes all throughout Hollywood, just all over the place. Because Marilyn Manson, I mean, he did Marilyn Manson, he he has some silly time when he jumped on that guard. This big gigantic guy. I'm like, Marilyn, look, you're tall too, but come on, why would you do something that's silly? But then again, earlier in his career, he did outrageous, silly things to get noticed, to get that attention. They say any attention is better than no attention, and that's what he was doing. And he would, and then he had, I can't remember his manager. He was a writer and then became his manager. And his manager put all that wild mechs. take the M and put an S in front of it. um Persona or image while he was on stage and just having wild, maybe somebody would take their shirt off or something like that, something wild. But that was in the very beginning, but it sort of stuck with him all the way through. Oh my goodness, but just how it just goes through it. The one guy that I can't remember his name, he's a singer also. He was with Marilyn Manson and they hated each other. Well, he hated Marilyn for about 20 years, 25 years. Man, let it go. Just let bygones be bygones. You're gonna, put all that negative energy. You're gonna make yourself sick doing that. I can't remember his name, but he's a singer too. So Jessica says, I'm sorry, Misery says, can Ilma save herself after admitting that she fabricated evidence? You know something on Twitter though. You know, I don't think she can save herself on some things, but it's the big things. I think she can lessen the blow. I'm not a lawyer. It's my $7.50 worth of legal knowledge. I gotta ask my sister. She's a lawyer. And say, your sister, can this happen? She's gonna tell me, go get a law degree and leave me alone. you already, you bug me enough already. Let me see. Debbie says Amber is so dumb that she couldn't pull her nose hairs to get tears out. Oh, oh my goodness, you all got jokes. Oh my goodness, you got jokes. Robin says, I think they have lied so much that they couldn't crawl out. Yeah, yeah, Robin, you're absolutely right. And the thing is this: when you lie, you have to tell a lie to cover that lie. Then you tell a lie to cover that lie, and next thing you know, you're all the way up to here. And when you go back to the very beginning of it, the lie was so small that it was so dumb to even lie about something like that. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Let me see. Um, Debbie says, uh, cops have had a handsome computer, etc. Almost use what the note. Huh. That's interesting. That is interesting. Tret Resner, thank you. Thank you, Tret Resner. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But that right there is interesting. That is interesting. 9 Inch Nails. Oh, I have to check that group out. But I know that he's a singer. And I heard him sing. He has a really good voice. Nibs and Jazz says, okay, responding to Misery. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, Local says, I might have misspelled it. It's okay. I look, we all do it. We all do it. Debbie says, this case is a setup. He was a perfect target. You know, that right there is so true. Because of his public persona, as I stated earlier, is that he was marketed in that manner, marketed to be goth, marketed to be a heavy metal, marketed to be, and anyone who's heavy metal and in that genre of music, you're going to have groupies as his movie, and that lifestyle sort of just pushes you into that, whether if that is what you do or not. Okay, having said all that, but that's not who he is. That's not who he is at all. That's his work. That's his job. Like me, this is my job, and I love my job. Big Girl Diary. But when I go out, I'm Laura. Not everybody likes Laura, but I like Laura. Okay, that is so true. Oh man, that is so true. Local says, AH. Should have brought onions. You got jokes. You got jokes. Oh my goodness. Oh, she might as well just say, "Hey, Scotty, Scotty, I got shot. Call the ambulance." That's one of my earlier videos on my one of my funny videos. Scotty, I got shot. My mom had a car that backfired, and I'll just leave it as that. Mm. Let me see. Robin says, "Okay, you're right." Jessica says he has been a perfect target for being a yeah, yeah, for long because he's been out there for a long, long time, and he just had like little silly immature stuff like with the security guard, like jumping up high and putting his middle part in the guy's face. I mean, stupid stuff like that. But when it comes to what they're saying, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Now, if he has certain quirks in an intimate setting, then and you were with him once and you know this and you keep on going back, come on now, that is ridiculous. Just silly. Loco says, yes, Nine Inch Nails were one of that got Marilyn Manson famous. Okay. All right. And Jessica says, um, uh, lived in his way. Yeah, wow, wait a minute. That just jumped right on up. Okay. Oh, I meant Hanson. Hanson's computer. Hanson. Who's Hanson? Debbie says Manson. This uh the end. Misery says local Trent certainly helped, but Manson's talent also a big part of it. Yeah, yeah, and yeah. I was listening to some of Marilyn Manson's music, and even his acting. He's a better actor than Amber Heard. I mean, okay, I'm going to be nice. Okay. Jib and Jab said yes. Manson marketed himself. Yes, he did in a very vile way. Unfortunately, his biography it's a little disturbing. Yeah, but that right there, okay, we got to keep in mind that right there is to keep the facade because that's who you were on stage. And if you, uh, case in point, Ozzy Osbourne. Everybody knows Ozzy Osbourne for being so outrageous that he took a bat and a bird, you know, separated it and then threw it. And he didn't know it was real. How do you know it wasn't real when the thing is flying? Okay. But Ozzy Osbourne has this wild rocker image that he had ever, what, 50 years? 40, 50 years? Let me see. He's like in the 70s. And I remember my brother, he was really my bro. Oh my goodness. My brother passed about 14 years ago, but he was a serious musician and he played by ear. He was proficient in drums and guitar. That's the only reason why I know about the guitar. I can, do all that. I can't play, but I got the great ear for it. So I can like pretend. And people are like, oh, you're a musician? Yes, I play air guitar. I play air drum. I'm so silly. Yeah, but it's just a image. Oh, man, I can't believe my phone is ringing. Shauna, the telephone, please. This is crazy. I'm sorry. All right, where was I? Jessica says apparently he doesn't have those kinks. He apparently is vanilla. Yeah, yeah. One good thing I'm going to say about Rose McGowan. One good thing because I'm so mad at her. Oh man, I'm TO'd at her. Not too, but upset. Uh, she did say that he was vanilla. He was gentle, uh, a cuddly bear. So I do give her credit for that, just for that. And if she says anything else nice, then I'll give her credit for that. But everything else, I'm still like, okay. Debbie says, sorry, this phone is, hey, I feel you. I feel you. It's hard doing it on a phone. Oh yeah, and I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you being here, supporting Marilyn Manson. I do. Let me see. Debbie says yes. Oh, he's vanilla. Let me see. Robin says, yeah. Boring, boring looking people are usually okay. All right. I don't know. There might be some truth to that. I don't know. Misery says, a shock rocker marking himself to be shocking is nothing new. I'm not sure why people haven't caught on yet. And yeah, and there's a difference between their public image and personal life. You know that right there should be the norm for us to say, okay, that's Marilyn Manson. That's his job to be on stage to do that. But this is Marilyn Manson that goes into the grocery store and he buys his vegetables and starches and meats. But people get caught up in the celebrity that they just sort of like, oh, no, he's that. But you're right. Nicole A said, those little car perfume bottles uh, can't break by hitting someone in the face, maybe a brickle. Okay. Let me see exactly. Yeah, yeah, Ozzy Osbourne. He's you, you wouldn't imagine that he has children. You would think that he would have a cave and sleeps upside down, has something on his feet while people would think that. It is exaggeration that he shattered it in his mom's face. That's possible to shatter. Okay, I'm not sure. Jibs Jab said Eminem treated Dick. Yeah, uh, treated Didda with all of him, not the parasota. Yeah, Dita, I keep on saying Dita, she is beautiful, okay, or very beautiful, and she married him, knowing him, and oh, that Evan Rachel Wood, oh my goodness, she has no boundaries whatsoever. Okay, I'm sorry, I digress. Let me see where it was. All right. Loco said, imagine the accusers wanting people to believe he's the worst off stage than on stage. Yeah, because they have an agenda to get across, so Evan wants to make him look as bad as possible. But people are gonna look at her like, wait a minute, you were with this guy that did this, this, and this. All these things you claim he did, but you stayed. You stayed. When he was S abusing you, you stayed. When he was DVing you, you stayed. When he graped you, you stayed. That and and it's okay. Let me back that up for a second. I'm not talking about people who were truly abused. No, that is a whole other set of psychological stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. Please don't think I'm talking about them. No, that is a different thing. I'm talking about this person that's telling all these lies. No. And she's saying he did all these things and she's on TV. No, okay. The friends that I have that were abused, did not go on national TV to announce it. That's one thing they don't do. I don't think Evan Rachel would read the handbook or have some semblance of what women went through or even men have gone through. Do not announce it like, oh yeah, he did this to me. Yeah, no, so silly. I'm sorry. That woman is just a fool to the third power. Oh my goodness. Okay, Ozzy got a new album. Oh, okay. Okay. My brother was an Ozzy fan. My mother would chase would chase my brother and his friends around with the Bible with the 23rd Psalm, saying, "The Lord is my." I mean, she used to go after them. Oh yeah, and I'm like, "Yeah, mom, get him, get him." I was bad. Ooh, man, I was one of those bad children. I can admit it. I was bad. Um. Oh man. Okay, my daughter. She left. I want her to give me some more hazelnut. Put some more. I didn't put enough hazelnut in it, and it's my coffee. All right. And say, don't forget about. Okay, don't forget to hit the. Thank you, the like button. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It does help. It does help, and I do want to say I do have one level. Um, I'm starting out with one level now, so I can see how I can keep up with it. The next level is going to be brownies and coffee because I like coffee. I like brownies. To where I'm going to offer more um, members only videos, and I have to work out, but I know it's going to be member only videos, pre recorded videos. Uh, to where I get really deep into the subject matter. So whatever it is that I'm going to videotape, get more info so I can do more with it. Do that. Let me see what else. There's so much I want to do, and at some point, have a store. I just hope. And then I'm gonna have the other one, strawberry shortcake, to where I'm gonna do live streams as I'm trying to learn how to work out to do a premiere, and that goes into the live stream, which I didn't do it right, but I'm glad you all are here. And do Discord. There's so many things that YouTube has. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can do a lot with this. So as I add different levels, it's gonna have a oh my goodness. I'm not trying not to babble. I just have so much going on here. I'm thinking about Marilyn Manson, but I'm trying to tell you. Oh, coffee cups. Yes, yes, Robin, coffee cups. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to do with this platform, and I'm so glad you all are rocking with me. And I thank my subscribers. I want to thank you all, subscribers, members. This is beyond belief. Um, I'm going to go back home, and I would like to live stream from home so you can see Pat Simonetta, Placido Simonetta. Um, he helped my brother and I. I'm not going to go there, but he has done a lot to make me me. Because I was one of those bad kids. That was me. Okay, I'm sorry. I digressed big time. Okay. Nibs and Jabs said, okay, that thank you so much, Nibs and Jabs. Um Carly Clarissa Martinez says, I think he's innocent. Yeah, me too. Me too. You can't one person, and then you have these people coming out saying he did this and did that. I wonder how many of them saw the FBI letter and said, well, we're going to go after him because we think he really did it. Because, Evan Rachel Wood, I believe she used that FBI letter to get the other people to co sign on what she was saying. Manipulative. Oh, manipulative as all outdoors. Misery said Evan was the one dating or doing the Nazi salute. Yes. One of my Instagram followers, I can give her name, Ezra, she gave that to me. And I'm trying to find, I don't know how to take it from there and show it because it's clear it's her and she's doing, she, oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to get upset. Evan's ex-husband doesn't think Manson wants to hurt. No, yeah. I mean, Jamie said in his deposition under Howard. Oh my goodness, Howard. I can't remember his last name. Howard King, Marilyn Manson's lawyer. It even had that part of the deposition of Jamie Moffat. That's his. I'm mispronouncing his last name, but he said at the very end, he said, "I don't know whether if Evan is lying or if if her mental illness has popped up, and if it's the mental illness, he is afraid for his son." You can't make this stuff up. This is wild. Nibs and Jab says, "You are right about the Evan Rachel Wood selfish. Yeah, she big time." Robin said, "Coffee cups. Yes, I'm going to do that. There's some things I want to do, but I need to have some legal standing on it before I do it, because people will take your idea, and that has happened to me. Take your idea, steal it, and make money off of it, and then copyright, do all that stuff. Oh, man, that was in my professional life." Robin says, "Cheers, cheers." Misery says, "Oh, thank you. That's right." Misery says, "Yep, Jamie Bell. Thank you, thank you, thank you." Evan's story defies credibility. Yeah, yeah, it does, and it's such a huge her okay, her lies has so many levels of devastation to it. By her going to the California um, Assembly and getting that law passed, then going to the United States talking in front of the senators with a lie. Oh man. And then you have women who were truly abused going through the stuff that she said that Marilyn did. And she's sitting next to true victims looking in their face like this. Yeah, I know what you're going through. But oh, let me calm down here. I'm trying not to get angry. Let me see. Debbie says this whole Manson thing is insane. You got that right. You got it is insane, and I hope and pray what they do that what comes out of this is that she gets mentally evaluated. She gets a mental evaluation to see what's going on up here, because the judge did say he's allowing it. She's allowing this portion part of it due to her mental state, her mental stability, and there's something else I can't quite remember. You're right on that. Uh, oh, that is so wonderful. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you found me. I'm glad that I found you all. Oh my goodness, cuz I love what I do. I really do. I have two channels, and this is my fun part, dealing with the social stuff, dealing with fat girls who are look, I'm hard on fat girls who are delusional. Like this one woman, Tess, she's not only a national fool, but she's an international fool on a level of Amber Heard, not beating people up, but her delusions. Okay, I'll say this, and then she, Tess Holiday, she said that she's anorexic. She's bigger than me. The girl hasn't missed a meal. She had you know, look, you can't tell big girls or big people. She said she was in a hospital going to a dietitian, and this lady, I guess she worked in some capacity. I don't quite remember, but she said to Tess. She said, Tess, I'm not a doctor. Disclaimer: I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist, but I think you're anorexic. You can't make this stuff up. Look, I have a wild imagination. Oh, I could come up with some wild stuff, but that is beyond me. She went on the news. Look it up. Tess Holiday. Don't believe me. She said that she's anorexic, bigger than I am. I mean, she makes me look slim. She does. Mm. But I like what I do. But politics with Laura is when I really get into deep down into political stuff, and I get underneath the matter. I was dealing with what's going on in the U country. I can't even say the name of that. That's how wild it is. Russia, and I get into what's going on. There are Russian mercenaries in certain African countries to combat what they call the Islamic extremists. I don't even like using that word, but this is where I like to have fun and hang out with you all and talk smack. Yeah, I love this. I mean, I love what I do on both sides. Coffee. I'm sorry, I did not mean to digress like that. I truly did not. Debbie said, "Okay, Bell. Yep, Jamie Bell. Yep." And the whole Manson thing is insane. You got that right. Uh, I can't do this. One day I'll learn how to do it for you all. I love you all. I do. Okay, on that note, I did not mean to spend. Oh man, I got something to do. I didn't mean to. Okay, I'm going to close it down at one in about 8 minutes. So if anybody wants to call up, please do so now. If you want to come up, please do so now, and tell me what your thoughts are on the case thus far. Where do you think it's going to go? Because I think I think Evan Rachel Wood is going to be an international fool, not only a national fool, not only a California fool, not only a Tennessee fool, but an international fool. All over the world gonna look at her like, really? Really? Ilma Gore is she's already being sued by Donald Trump for the micro peni. She's silly. She's silly beyond belief. She's getting sued for that. I mean, she's so young to make these huge irreversible mistakes, and then getting with people that are just not getting involved with people like Evan Rachel Wood, who does not have a firm standing on planet Earth. I don't know where she's at. Oh my goodness, my phone keeps on ringing. I thought I had more time than that, but I'm getting all these calls. So on that note, I'm going to pack this up. And I want to thank all of you for being here and for checking out my premiere. It didn't work the way I wanted it to. I wanted for it to go from the premiere and then to be redirected to my live stream, but it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So, on that note, I want to thank my new subscriber. Where are you? I want to thank you. I meant to post you up. I meant to post you up. I thank you so much, Lori. Thank you so much for being my member. On that note, I want to thank all of you for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, be a part of my cookie membership, and more is to come as I lay down a foundation. And Marilyn Manson is most definitely going to kick butt. I can't wait. Thank you for stopping by because you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. One thing you can never get back is time, but you get your taxes back. And that cousin that never wants to pay you back, you'll get your money back, but you'll never get back time. So thank you. Many thanks. Bye bye. You're done?